It is now time for our rewind of the week. We're taking a look back at 10 things I hate about you.
It's starting.
The movie that taught us the difference between like and love.
Because I like my Skechers, but I love my Prada backpack.
But I love my Skechers.
That's because you don't have a Prada backpack.
Oh.
10 Things I Hate About You is a 1999 American romantic comedy film starring Julia Stiles and Heath Ledger.
Hey there, girlie.
Then also Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Larissa Oleynik. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
You suck.
And also small roles by Gabrielle Union and then Allison Janney. Kat! Who's writing her book about, a throbbing member. Basically, the movie is about Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, Cameron, who's smitten with Bianca, who's played by Larissa, and in order to get around her dad's strict rules of dating, needs to set up Kat with somebody, but Kat is a biatch, apparently, and nobody will date her, so they get this high school bad boy, played by Heath Ledger,
You're gonna pay me to take out some chick.
Patrick Verona, to date her. And hilarity and romance and heartbreak and all of that ensue.
One of my favorite facts about 10 Things is that this entire movie is loosely based off of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. The writers actually took a look at Clueless and how they kind of adapted it from the Jane Austen book Emma, and they're like, what can we adapt? And so there were so many fun little nods that they included in the movie. For example, the play, like the movie, centers on two sisters, Bianca and Catherine, and Bianca can't get married until her older sister is wed. And then similarly, Bianca can't date until Kat decides to date.
Bianca can date. When she does.
But she's a mutant. What if she never dates?
Then you'll never date.
Once Cameron sees Bianca for the first time, he actually says,
I burn, I pine, I perish.
which is a line from the play.
In a 2019 interview with the New York Times, the film's casting director said that Josh Hartnett, Eliza Dushku, Katie Holmes, and Kate Hudson were all considered for roles in 10 Things I Hate About You. And I think Kate Hudson was like pretty close to actually being in the part, but Goldie Hawn didn't think it was a good fit. And we actually don't know which role she auditioned for. So I'm curious your thoughts of who you think she almost played.
I feel like at the time she was probably a bit younger, so I'm thinking it was for Larissa's part as Bianca, but I could really see her in both.
What?
Let's switch over to some scene stealers. This one is super fun because 10 Things I Hate About You is a really unique title. So how did the movie get this name? Well, it's actually because the screenwriter Karen McCullough had a diary that she wrote in high school, and she had a boyfriend named Anthony that she was really unhappy with, and she made a list called 10 Things or Things I Hate About Anthony. And when her screenwriting partner and her were looking through the diary trying to get inspiration for that teenage angst, they were like, that's the name of our movie. And then another little fun fact about this writing duo, so we have Karen McCullough and then we have Kirsten Smith. They went on to write Legally Blonde, Ella Enchanted, She's the Man, House Bunny. Like, wow.
What is that?
House Bunny, underrated film. Love it so much.
So good. But I can't believe that they wrote all of these movies.
I know, what a freaking duo. Oh my God, they've defined who I am as a person.
What, like it's hard?
This was Heath Ledger's first Hollywood role, and there was a lot of concern over his Australian accent.
The accent.
It's real.
Of course, that is the hook right there. That's what we all want, right? And the character Patrick is based on The Taming of the Shrews, Petruchio.
Petruchio sounds like something that's necessary on a charcuterie board.
I love Petruchio. If there's not Petruchio next to my brie, I'm out.
Oh, that must be Nigel with the brie.
The musical number with Heath Ledger.
Well, oh my gosh, when he is singing Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
That entire idea was Heath's idea. He took total creative control and picked that Frankie and the Valley song. There was going to be some other songs that were in the mix, like I Think I Love You, or I Touch Myself, but it was actually Heath who picked it and then said that he wanted to slide down the pole, that he wanted to be chased by the security guards. E.T. was actually on set when they were filming it, and he just looked like he was having so much fun. And then we caught up with Julia Stiles many, many, many years later, and here's what she had to say about filming that scene.
He was so committed to that, and you don't see that in a read-through that we had done with the entire cast at the start of the film, so I had no idea that it was going to be so big, and like he just really went for it. He was like this cool older bad boy that had just gotten off the plane from Australia and had such a zest for life and was really fun to be around.
Talk to me about Gabrielle Union, because she
Gabrielle
does
Union.
not age.
Oh my gosh, the HBIC of the Clovers was also in this movie, but she was 26 years old when they were filming this movie. So she was kind of a Rizzo, but the rest of the cast, they were underage. They were like 17, 18, 19, and she was the one, you know, getting the booze. She's getting the booze for everybody. But yeah, she was 10 years older than the rest of her cast members, and some of which were still in high school. And you know what? Couldn't tell. We gotta talk about the scene, obviously, when Julia Stiles reads the 10 Things I Hate About You, the title of the movie.
I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry.
And it's so heartbreaking because I think we've all like felt that about somebody, and she cried real tears while reading that poem.
She said that at the table read, she only like kind of read through it. She wasn't anticipating that it was gonna like smack her with so much emotion, and like, oh, it was just so heartbreaking and so wonderful. And like, I asked Julia when I sat down with her, I asked her where she hopes Kat is today, and I just loved her answer.
I really hope that now Kat would be a happier person out of high school. She was pretty angsty, and I think that maybe her world opened up once she graduated.
Well, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Stream Queens, but we wanna know, if you guys are watching WandaVision, what was your favorite Easter egg so far? I wanna know. I have a favorite, the card trick, but I wanna know yours.
Definitely use that hashtag StreamQueens and tell us if you are going to be tuning into the Britney Spears documentary. Tweet us your thoughts after you've watched it, because so much happens. Thanks so much for watching Stream Queens, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.